What up, Wheatfield? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. It is Friday, September the 8th, and we in our jammy jam still, I say. We up for the morning session, but we feel some really heavy energy. We didn't sleep very well neither. Drinking water. Day 3 of nothing but water to drink. Um, we have our lemon and cucumber in it. We've been on that kick for a little minute. But Most High said we need to hydrate and get back into the flow. So we're going to drink and drink and drink the water and so we can flow, so we can get that goodness out. I feel like I've been not really off, but just so much going on in life where I feel like, I just need to cleanse, to hydrate and to cleanse. And the lemon and the cucumber, not only is that combination really good and refreshing, but it puts something back into the water. You get to drink them nutrients and that goodness and stuff from the fruit and have it work out in the system and clean out shit that need to go. So we don't know really what we going into right now. We don't. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Let us rest in the mystery. So we're gonna do some divine beloved oracle cards and see if we can get an energy or just a couple of messages out. Thank you to the Alpha and to the Omega that's here, that is guiding this message. Pull me back into your inner sanctuary, into the inner temple. Allow me to serve you with goodness and kindness, with a clean heart. Clean me. Make me ready for service. I repent any and all things from my former days, and I offer my whole self up as a recompense. Everything that I was, everything that I am, and everything that I will be is unto you, the Alpha and Omega, that which called me and that which gave me my decree. I pray because none of us are perfect, and in my weakness, I know that your strength comes in and provides perfection. It changes everything towards the good, for I love you. I am your love. I am your light on a voluntary escape, and I am in a plane for learning and exploration. I ask that you give me the strength to accept my lessons, to be vulnerable, to be understanding, to be open to understanding, open to giving compassion, to receiving compassion, to receiving, again, those learning lessons in the way that you would deliver them onto me. The way, allowing the calling to unfold as it has been decreed. Having it meet in the middle and the work performed through me. Use me, for I am your willing and surrendered vessel, to be a messenger, to give the messages that you have given on to me, to speak the word that you have placed within. And as you have gifted me the breath of life, and it animates me, it connects me to all things, your word shall move on the breath and go forward to create. And I will receive that which I speak. I am certain of it. I am sure. And I thank you so much for strengthening my faith. I thank you so much for strengthening my trust. I thank you so much for allowing me to lean on you through the mysteries of life, through the unknown. For the day is not known, but your intelligence knows. You know, for you have called it and you have already placed your decree. The day is already done. We already have the victory. And as we move through the journey, through the battle, the going forth, step by step by step by step, guide my steps and allow me to wait on you to place my every step, my next step, place my next step. And even if it is slow to come, give me the patience that I need to wait on you. I ask that you feel me, that you speak through me, that you give me your eyes and your ears so that I may see you, that I may hear you, and see you and hear you in all things, for you are the creator of all things. Everything belongs unto you. You are in every situation, and you know what to do with it. I give it up. I offer it up onto you. I offer all things, my whole self, everything that I have, everything that I am, everything that I will be. I offer and I praise you through all things. I allow you to sit on the throne of my praises, and I lift your throne up on high. I sing your praises on high through everything, and I surrender all things unto you. I surrender unto your instruction. Allow me to be obedient. Drink that water. So I can be in the flow. I was dehydrated and I was dry, and we needed to be in the flow. Thank you for your good instruction, for your perfect instruction. Thank you for the strength and the courage to follow it, to be obedient. Because do y'all know how many times I wanted to get some coffee? I wanted to get a little tea. I even asked for tea. I'm like, tea is water. We just put a little tea bag in it. I mean, we got cucumber and lemon in there. Most I said that's not the same thing. I said, water. You drinking this right here. And that's what you drinking. I said, yes, yes. I shall obey. I shall obey. And I am practicing doing that in every scenario. Like, what should I do most time? Okay. See, right now we're sitting up here asking, is that something we should talk about right now? Most has said no. So we're going to put that down. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it where? Back in yesterday. It shall not come with us. Nope, it's a brand new day. Look at that. Brand new day, brand new cycle. Is there anything in here you want? Is it in here? Did I just cover it up? No. Well, it's 7:25 into the reading. I ask that the Most High God seal us. If there's other words that we should pray on this day, that you would give me the words to pray, Most High. Most High says, stop controlling others. Allow them to be. Take your hands off them. Give, give, give. 3 gives. 1, 2, 3. Give, give, give them to thee. Give them to thee. So if you are in a situation and you're trying to control anything or control another person, give them to the Most High God, to the Alpha and to the Omega. May I say this part? Yes. Because testimony to Terrell, I got 3 children. And each one of them will give a testimony of where I have been too controlling in their life. And as parents, we tend to have a sense of control, right? You know, we control what we pick out for their school. We pick out, that was one. I told them what to wear. You know, I didn't allow them to wear what they wanted to wear. But can I say that? In all fairness, the boy wanted to wear polo shirts and basketball shorts. No, son, you're not wearing that. That's not the combination. But there was a time where we used to think about like your kids are a representation of you. And if I make you dress neat, then that means that I look neat, and then everybody thinks that I'm neat because you neat, right? And it's been a thing. My oldest daughter would say that I gave her control in the wrong places, where she had too much autonomy in some places where she got into things that she shouldn't have got into because there wasn't enough supervision. And then there was places where I had too much supervision. So I was given in the wrong way. That's the thing. She was my first kiddo. You don't know as a parent. You just don't. You know, my kids would come home and I'd be done redid their whole room. I'll be the rent shopping for them. Oh, that's cute. These are the colors that Xavier, that's my kiddo, would like. And he likes this. And I'm going to pick out a whole bedroom for them. And they come home and they got a whole bedroom. But they didn't pick it. Is that really their personality, or is it what I would have to place on them? I can see that. Sometimes they liked it. Oh my God, Mom, you really did that. You know what I mean? Such and such and such and such. And sometimes they were like, oh, that's cute, And then they would be like lackluster, and then I would be upset because they didn't like what I did. Or, but there was times when like they would come and tell me, I'm into saxophone. I'm into the chest. I'm into painting. I'm into guitar. I'm into videography. And then I would fund all of that stuff. And never, you know how kids do, they get into something and they don't fucking stick with it. They do that shit for 3 weeks and then your money sitting over there in the corner. You like, well that was cute. We out of that phase, huh? Okay. Not my blessing. Huh. You talking about self-control. Because she don't give a shit about what nobody's saying. I'm just saying, is that right? Yeah, because that's pretty much it. But we know, y'all know, y'all been around here, my returning week. What up, y'all? It's week, what it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. Welcome. Y'all know, y'all done heard about Blessing. You do. You heard my stories. Trying to control this child's behavior is a no. Her will is like her strong, like sheetrock walls. You ain't getting no nail through that. You better go get some command strips and some Gorilla Glue and see what you can do, because you ain't getting you're not penetrating that. No. And the more that I attempt to penetrate her wall, the stronger it get. Like, ow. And I don't know what to do. I don't. So, yeah, divine assistance, that's for sure. We for sure need to divine. What the Most High say? Give them to thee, to the Alpha and the Omega, and just let it be. So that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, because my oldest two, they are adults. They good and grown and on their own. Like, they live on their own. They are self-sufficient. And whatever they choose for life is what they choose for their life. Now, Blessing is still, we still trying to walk her to the finish line, at least the beginning starting line of adulthood, because at 18, they not through. You know that? You know they come right back and be needing that assistance. They be needing that help because they are not completely self-sufficient. And it's a balance of having full autonomy, even though you are not self-sufficient. What y'all think about that? I don't know. We're going to leave it there. No, we're going to testify some more. I guess I should. Divine assistance, I am open to receive. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is willing to receive all the right help. Let me feel deserving of divine assistance in every way. Open me to receive. Yes. And then open to receive. And then the next one is grace. Wow. We've been talking about acting and moving in grace all week. At least since we started going back, giving back messages. We talked about this too yesterday. Uniqueness, intolerance. Yes. Is that crossing? Do you want it? Is it the energy? We're just going to set that right there. I accept my own nature. I accept their own nature. I do. Each one of my beloveds are different. Each one of them. Neither one of them are the same. And I've never reacted to them. You should be like this one and you should be like that. I never did that. No, because each kid is different. And how I speak to and manage each kid is different. Now, what do you do with a kid when every situation or every tactic that you've tried doesn't work? You give them up to the Most High God. And at some point, your adult children, you have to let them go to and cut the strings and give them up to the Most High God. Now, I have been criticized in the past for not cutting the strings early enough. Well, we learned that lesson. It's time to do some cord cutting. And not to say that I am done being a mother, because I'm not. Absolutely, I could never be. I birthed them. I am their parent. And I will always be their parent. But the dynamic of the relationship has to change. It does. And we need time to adjust. We do. And a part of that adjustment is giving them up to the Most High God and letting the Most High God do what it needs to do to develop them into who they were called to be. Because, see, I just birthed them. And I was given stewardship over them, and I did the best that I could. Man, I'm not a perfect parent, just like I don't know nan one. Whether you on the one end of the fence with how you discipline and on the other end of the fence, how you, no matter how you discipline a kid, you still gonna leave a mark on that child. It don't matter what kind it is, psychological, emotional, depending on how you kick their ass, could be physical. I wouldn't suggest you do that because that's not a good thing. So, just saying. In this day and age, that could fuck your life up. You don't want them kind of problems. I don't want them kind of problems. So we have to find a variety of ways to try to figure out how to get these kids across the finish line. How do we do that? I have several texts on Your Defiant Teen, How to Stop Losing Your Shit, Nonviolent Communication. You know, books of encouragement. Y'all see me pull out these books. But all of it is because, again, no kid is the same. What worked for the first two, or the first one didn't work for the second one, and what worked for either one of the first two don't work for the third one. It just don't. You know, we have to find a different way. And I trust that the divine will bring the assistance in that we need in order to get in the right way. Whether that be more counseling and more therapy, whether it be some sense of form of detachment, and how to do that appropriately when that child is still a minor and they are not yet self-sufficient. How to give them an appropriate amount of autonomy over their life and their decisions and the consequences thereof when you are legally bound to the consequences of their actions. So if you have a child that is committing crimes, how do you just detach and say, I'm going to let you do what you're going to do? And because it ain't, but what they do can come back on you. That is something that I definitely need some divine assistance with. It's in reverse now. Maybe I wasn't open to receiving that help. Yes, pointing over there to this documentation that I need to fill out. Because I'll say this, can I say it? The worst thing, and I feel like this, that a parent really wants to do is to send their child away. You don't want to do that. You don't want to feel like, you don't have the tools and resources that you need in order to successfully parent them. You want to, but I know that's ego. It is. But I can admit that I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do within the realms that I have available to me as a parent to do. They ain't working. And I have a foresight. I can see things getting worse. From theft inside the home to theft outside the home. And theft outside the home means that there's other agencies that become involved, which could come back on me. Either I'm going to be paying restitution or some sort of recompense to somebody else who my child has wronged. And there's no recourse for the child. The responsibility falls on me. How do you handle that? I saw a couple before arguing about child support for their 15-year-old son. Child support. Now, we all know that, this little boy done did what they did in order to have a child, in order to have child support levied upon a minor. But how does that work when a child is not able to go into contract like that and say that I owe this money for support to another person? But they should, because you made a person, so now you got to support that child. And then think about the mother on the other end, or the parents of the mother, the young girl, who's supporting an infant because their child is not old enough to support a child. I mean, do you be like, oh, well, you can't, you got to, I mean, like, how does that work? They need support. They can't go to work and support a child and miss school at the same time. And then where is the child? Because they can't afford life. They can't afford daycare. They can't afford medical. They can't afford housing. They're not even able to get housing because they can't enter into a lease. What do you do? Do you take on the responsibility of the child support and the obligations, the financial burdens that your child has created because they did not listen? They thought shit don't stink. They thought that life don't come for everybody. I just don't understand that. It's a whole conundrum, and there isn't any easy answers. There just isn't. Grace. So to be a parent that fully recognizes that I need some help and some additional tools because I could see things that could happen, and we are working diligently to try to figure out how to stop that, how to prevent it. But that's control. I can't control what this child is going to do. I can't keep them in my eyesight 24 hours a day. I just can't. There's plenty of opportunity for them to find a way to do what they want to do. And everybody know that even when you was a kid, when there was something that you wanted to do as an adult, it's something you want to do, you will find a way to do it. You will find a way. And you talking about dealing with children who have defiance issues and will not listen to any sense of authority? I don't know what to do with that. Oftentimes, parents in this day and age are just ill-equipped. We don't know what to do with that. Not no damn trained psychologist. And you can have them in therapy, but shit, you still got to go through that every single day while they're in therapy and being rehabilitated or having that cognitive behavioral stuff worked out so that the home space can be livable and safe. So I got a packet of paper over there that I have been reluctant to fill out, that I have gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with it. Because no parent wants to send their child to just a place so that they can get help. No matter how many times I say, I might have to do this, I might have to do this, I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to have to do this. My heart says I want to keep you home. My heart says I want to work it out with you at home. I want to see it fulfilled, to walk you across the stage and everything like that, then to do prom and all the dances and everything like that, that comes along with maturity and maturation, the experiences and the events of life. But also balancing the fact that, no, I mean, we good for a minute and then it blow up and then now I'm right back on it. Like, I don't know how I'm going to handle this. I might have to fill out that paperwork. But I really don't want to do it. In harmony with the flow. Let's drink some more water. May I honor all the ways your grace flows so I move in harmony with you. Open me to trust. Open me to trust and receive your abundant blessings in every way. Abundant blessings in every way. The issues, the infirmities are a blessing. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So I feel a sense of weakness, right? I do. I feel like I'm not able to not just carry the burden, but I'm not able to do what needs to be done in order to see the work through. But I know that the grace is here to call on the grace, to stay in harmony with the flow of the Most High. That there's a blessing on both sides. See, it's a blessing in recognizing that you feel insufficient, to call in the help, and to be open to receiving that divine assistance in any way that it shows up, right? Because it could be very unique. It could be very unique, just as unique as the individual, just as unique as yourself, right? Those programs exist for a reason. And I shall not be ashamed because I need to explore and exercise and tap into or accept those resources. To say, no, I don't know what to do. And in order for me to have the work fulfilled, which is raising a healthy and productive individual, that I'm going to need outside help. Like, serious outside help. Because that's what's best for them and for me. Most gladly, you don't want that part. It says, I am, is that what you're saying? I am, this is 2 Corinthians 12:11. They skipped 10. I am become a fool in glorying. Ye have compelled me, for I ought to have been commended of you. For in nothing I am behind the very chief apostles, though I be nothing. Truly the signs of an apostle were wrought among you in all patience, in signs, in wonders, and in mighty deeds. For what is wherein you were inferior to other churches, yet except it be that I myself was not burdensome to you, forgive me this wrong. Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you, and I will not be burdensome to you, for I seek not yours, but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children. The parents for the children. The children not ought to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children. And I will verily gladly spend and be spent for you. Though the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved. But be it so, I did not burden you. Nevertheless, being crafty, I caught you with guile. Did I make a gain of you by any of them whom I sent you? Again, I jumped over to 19. Again, think ye that we excuse ourselves unto you. We speak before the Lord of all hosts, but we do all things, dearly beloved, for your edifying. Do all things for your edifying. Do them in harmony and do them in the flow of the Most High God, according to the word of the Most High God, that all things belong unto the Most High, and to offer all things up and to receive the assistance in the way that the Most High is providing it, because it knows the good for the child as well as self. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It is not only, I'm not self-sacrificing. Um, I'm not required to be self-sacrificing. But I am required to do things in the way that the Most High God has ordained me to do them. So I seek assistance in all things, questioning and asking, is this the right path to take? Is this the right way to go? And when I'm shown the path to go, to hesitate only cause strife. So when you hold on to things longer than what you should hold on to, you create suffering. Not only suffering for self, but suffering for others as well. So whereas some might think that I should fight to hold on and hold on, and I'm fighting to hold on, what I might need to do is fall back. Fall back. Give them unto the Most High. To the Most High that created them, that created me, that knows their pathway, that knows their calling. Dream it to life. See and feel what will soon be real. Take time to visualize the experience you want to have before any situation. I visualize their success. I visualize our harmony. I visualize the coming together. I visualize the fullness of it therein. And knowing that this is just yet another step in the journey, it is not the end, but it is just a step in between the beginning and the end. We know that the end is victorious, that we already have the victory. I can see it. I can visualize it. I can see the victory. And instead of me working to control it, then I can dream it into existence. I can do the work that's put in front of me and complete the steps that are given on to me. And holding that dream in the forefront, that vision of success. Mirror. Can also look in the mirror. As within, so without. Have compassion for yourself and others. Everything is a reflection. When we change, everything changes. So by me giving them on to the Most High God, that's definitely a change. And as I change, then everything else will change. Gratitude. Have gratitude for all things. Trust. Trust that the Most High is going to do what it needs to do. Take a chance. Faith can move mountains. I accept my own nature. Change me, divine beloved, into one who embraces my own uniqueness. Let me accept my own nature completely, knowing it too is divine. May I love myself as I am, not as others say I should be. Maybe this situation will, these others can help, Blessing accept her own uniqueness. You know, maybe it will come in a way to help me accept more of her own uniqueness. Not that I've ever said be like this one or that one or the other one. You can only be you. But calling you to your highest self is the thing. And I don't believe that I placed too high of an expectation on her because I've seen her perform. I've only ask that she perform at that level consistently. Don't perform simply to get something that you want, because that's a manipulation. I see you. You able to bring the grades in. You able to do your chores. You able to do it without being asked or prompted. And you can do it consistently until you get a goal, the thing that you want. And then it just goes to shit. And you right back into the same nonsense. But maybe I'm not the person that is able to pull out that consistency from her. Maybe me being consistent in a sense of saying, I said I was going to get this outside help, and we need to engage these facilities in a deeper level in order to help us, and being consistent in that way could be something that models consistency to her. Could be. See, whereas I'm thinking that I need to keep her home and work through it here, because we can do it. I've seen us do it and be able to operate together, that we should be able to stay there. But that doesn't mean that she can even maintain that. Maybe there's something else going on that I am just not aware of. So I need to trust. Pause. That's what I said. Fall back. Pause. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Relax your body and just breathe. Cleanse. You are water. Cry, sweat, drink, soak, swim to refresh. I told y'all, Most High said we needed to refresh. We needed to have a 3-day. Water is not a fast because I'm eating food, but I'm only drinking water to rehydrate. Get in the shower and purge and cry. Yep, did that too. Cleanse. Pause. Disengage. Look in the mirror so that we can see the within and properly assess the without. As we go into self and make changes, find places where you can make the adjustment. Is it the consistency? Could be. I've heard that twice this week. So there's something for me to look at. I would beg to differ in one of the cases. One of the cases is because I changed my mind. So when y'all get to expressing how grown you are, then I'm going to let you be grown. I don't have to share what's given on to me, what's owed to me, with another adult. I just don't. I don't have to share it with another child. But if it was a child and it's because it's owed to support the child, then yeah, it goes into the household, it goes to supporting the child. But that child is grown and the work is done, and that's owed on to me. Oh, I don't owe that to nobody else. In order for me to give it, I give it out of the kindness of my heart. But when you express that you're an adult, oh, then you are self-sufficient. And I don't owe that to any other adult. I do it because my heart says to do it. And if I change my mind, then I change my mind. That's just how I feel about that. Trust. Take a chance. Faith can move mountains. Trust the universe to guide you through the unknown. We said that. That the Most High God would give you every single step. We prayed that. Every single step. I may not see the next step, but I know that it's coming. We're going to stay in the present, though, for right now. And presently, we looking in the mirror and doing some introspection and self-assessment. And that's one thing about breaking generational curses, right? We don't know what we don't know. And we won't know until they grown and they come back and say, or we have an opportunity to have real deep discussions. And then, yeah, courage. Courage for them to say it. You want this yet? No, courage. Fear is natural and invites us to be brave and to accept and face what scares you. And some parents and people who are not able to sit in that space where they have them conversations and get that feedback from their children and find out what went well and what didn't, because their children are going to grow up and they're going to parent in a way that they feel like they are making the changes that bother them, Ashe. They do. That's exactly what I did. It's certain things that my mother did. My father was whatever. But my mother, I mean, hell, it was a lot of things that it was just like, okay, I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do that. It just was. And I'm sure with mine, they're going to be like, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. And I'm sure with my grands, when they have babies, they babies going to grow up and say, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. It's how change happens, iteration over iteration over iteration. Because I wouldn't give a damn how many parent books you read or how many offices you sit in. You still gonna leave something behind on a child. It's going to be something they're gonna come out into their adult life saying, I didn't like this. This made me feel a certain kind of way. But also for them to have the courage to say it, I think it's wonderful. I don't discount their ability to say what they need to say to me, but it's the way that you say it. I mean, because respect is still owed. That's a thing. Enjoy the process and celebrate every small step forward. You're doing an amazing job. The journey is the gift. We said that. To have gratitude for every step forward. 4207 on the phone. Gratitude when you remember when you wanted to have what you have now. Give thanks. Your grateful heart is a magnet for love and abundance. So one of the things about us moving was to be in a position to receive more resources. The particular resources that I am hemming and hawing about accepting. So I am grateful to be in position to receive this here divine assistance in every form that it shall come in, whether it's just additional family support, whether it is additional resources in general that can be had in all of it. The additional resources that we can access because of our geographic location. So Most High says ask and receive. We did. We asked. You get what you have the courage to ask for. You get what you have the courage to ask for. Again, you get what you have the courage to ask for. Shift your focus. Do you want something else after this? Do you want this one? Where does this? We're going right there. That's what I felt. Shift your focus off the problems to see the solutions. You have all that you need. To keep pointing to that paperwork. You have all that you need. Maybe that is going to be the thing that gives us the turning point, the flip, the switch, to change things around, so that the vision that I can see of success will come to fruition. 4408 on the phone. It will come to fruition. The balance that we need, the eternal Lord of all hosts will bring about the calling, and the things that are called onto them and onto me will be. But I have to let go and get out of the way in order for that to happen. To accept the divine existence with grace. To come into harmony, into an alignment with what is being shown and given onto me. What's being told onto me. I mean, like, to take my hands off it. That you can't control everything no matter what your intention is. no matter what your intention is. It may be misplaced. Putting it in this area but not in the other area. Giving them too much autonomy in this area, not enough in that area. Controlling all things, thinking that you're doing a wonderful thing. Well, I just redid your home room because I love to decorate and I want them to have, the best and comfort and stuff like that. And I just redid it all, and they looking, and I think I know that this is what you would like, but maybe it's really not right. Maybe they only told me what they have enough courage to say. Maybe I only received what I had enough courage to receive at that time. And maybe we mirrored that. Could have. And maybe just what worked for others just ain't going to work for this one because they are extremely unique. And they have unique needs. And in this situation, I have to let go and accept that each one of them is a season of letting go. It's a season of stepping back, of detaching, and to pause. To behave and act in a different way, not only for their success, but for my peace, my success. Because this right here, a peace of mind is priceless. And every parent, again, what did the book say? It's not the children laying down for the parent, it's the parent laying down for the child. But that doesn't mean I have to be a martyr. I'm not a martyr, and I'm not self-sacrificing to the point where I've given all of me till I have nothing, because they will become adults and they will make their own way, and they will get a chance to look back, because hindsight is 20/20, Ashe, and say you didn't and you did, and because you didn't, then I'm gonna do. And the movement goes forward. I can accept what I did and I didn't do. And we can have conversation about it. Because again, the purpose is to break generational curses. To end the curse of poverty. To value education, to value their unique self so that they can grow into their own individual fullness, to be their whole wheat self, well-rounded, not only having a sense of their own spiritual connectedness, however that plays out, to make their own way in life, to fulfill their own dreams and goals, whatever the Most High has placed on them. Now, if you a horrible singer, and I be like, oh yeah, you can make it on the pot, no, I'm not necessarily going to tell you that. And for a long time, I didn't say that. Well, you just keep practicing, honey. You just will see where you go. Because how many people that can't sing a lick actually got a damn singing career? It ain't my place to tell you what you can't be. Hell, shift your focus off the problems and see the solutions. You have all that you need. That's a challenge. Because in some places, I am still looking at the problem instead of seeing that I have all that I need. At least the next step has been revealed. And to take that next step, small step, where'd it go? Enjoy the process. Celebrate every small step forward. You are doing an amazing job. The journey is the gift. So when we look back, because we've crossed the finish line, we will have gratitude. Remember when you wanted what you have now. I'm seeing the vision of fullness, success, cap and gown, going to the next level. Yes, 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 you have the skills in order to take yourself to the next level. That's what I feel is a part of me being a steward over another life. Is to give them the skills that they need in order to be self-sufficient, to sustain, because life is not forever. Remember, when you wanted what you have now, give thanks. Your grateful heart is a magnet for love and abundance. So when we as parents see our children come to fullness, they come back in most of the time. They come back in and they can see from our perspective and we can see from theirs. And it continues the learning and the journey. It continues the connectivity and the bonding, increasing the bond that we have. But in every parent-child relationship, there's a place where you have to pause. There's a place where you have to pause and give them to the Most High and allow that work to be done. That's where we at for this day. Is there anything else, Most High, you'd like to have? No. Mommy just called, so we're going to have to call her back because we prioritize that relationship. To the next now, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing this testimony with me. I appreciate you so much. I love you. I love you just like I love me, because I love the Alpha and Omega that called and created me and sends the word, the intelligence out before me and moves on the breath of life that animates me, that calms me, that connects me to all things. Yes, yes, yes. On this day, remember to breathe. Drink some water. Get in the flow. Hydrate yourself. Take that goodness in. Sow within, sow without. To the next now. Ashe.